So, hello people. Let me try and start off by getting the date right. It is Thursday, the 20th of July, because on several of my videos in the past, for some unaccountable reason, I'm incapable of getting the date right. So, I'm not even going to say it's a shorty because we know it never will be. I thought I'd sort of check in because I haven't made a video for a while. Couple of reasons. One, I was actually busy. But the other was I haven't been very well this last week. And what amuses me about that is that last Wednesday, not this Wednesday, Wednesday before, I sort of woke up and I felt dodgy. You know how you do, you wake up. I haven't got the sore throat, mind, but I've got a bit of a cough. And just I don't feel very well. So you sort of go through it, don't you, for a couple of days, and you think, oh, I'll leave it and see how I get on. Well, by Friday, I felt positively yak. So I made an appointment with the doctor, and I thought, you know, I've got bronchitis. I've had it a few times in my life. I recognise it really easily. And the fact that I could hardly breathe is a bit of a giveaway. So off I trot down the doctors, and they make you feel so good, don't they? You go and you say, oh, I feel terrible, I can't breathe, I'm coughing at broken glass, I feel. Oh. And they sit there and they go, oh no, you're fine, you're not ill. And you think, oh, what's wrong with me then? Because I feel like I'm going to die. Anyway, my doctor gave me a precautionary prescription. It's not to cash, it's just to hold in case you need it. Anyway, obviously I ran straight to the chemist Friday afternoon, where they greeted me with, hello Helena, you look absolutely awful. So they could recognise I wasn't ill. And in fact, I was so not ill that on Sunday, while I was shivering, I had to light my fire because I was freezing and boiling all at the same time. But anyway, I feel much better, although I do actually feel like I'm going to start sneezing, and I really hope I don't, because it's a very inappropriate time. So here I am, look, making the effort with you. Now, I've got quite a bit to say, and the first thing I'd like to say is I went to a psychic clairvoyant night last week. I hope that isn't where I got it from. Anyway, I went because it was the anniversary of my father's passing. It just so happened it was on that night. And it was quite enjoyable. It was local to me, and it was a bit of a show. I suppose there was about 30 of us there. And the lady, I love to go and see how they work, because I do like my one-to-one readings, but I like to see how other people work. And so I popped down with my friend Julie, me Julie, and we had quite a nice night, to be fair with you. And the lady did come to me. I was thrilled. And she asked who I was hoping to speak to, and I said I was hoping to speak to my dad because it was the anniversary of his passing, and also my brother Paul. Now, I didn't say his name, I just said, and my brother. And the lady said, well, I've got somebody here called Paul. And I went, that's him. That's my brother. And my brother and I did have, at one time, quite a nice relationship. We used to go drinking together and have fun, irrespective of what occurred after that. But he didn't lose his sense of humour. And I'd say to people all the time when they come to readings for me, the way people are on this earth is how those people are when they pass, okay? Otherwise, you won't recognise them. It's pointless somebody that was on this earth plane as, for instance, a mean, miserable person to suddenly pass over, sprout wings and start shining silver, because you won't recognise them. So they are over there as they were over here. So now, this lady, and it was quite funny, to be fair with you, because I do, you know, I've got a sense of humour. This lady said, yes, I've got somebody called Paul. And I'm like, right, that's him. And she said, what's he trying to say to me, Con? con, and jokingly I went, artist. Everybody laughed. And I knew full well then she'd got the right paw, because she came back with, you cheeky bitch. And I said, yes, that's my brother. Anyway, so it was an interesting few minutes there. And it's always nice, isn't it, when you go to a show or and you get picked to have a few words. And it's irrelevant really what the rest of the reading was, but that was actually hilarious. And that she came back so fast with it. And so did he. So that was quite nice. And she could have taken his personality on to a degree, the way she responded. Anyway, I do that when I'm doing readings. I do tend to take people on. I did this reading. I went to Birmingham, for heaven's sakes. I mean, that's a day out for me these days. And I went to Birmingham to do a reading for these ladies. It was lovely. And I had a lady come in. What was her name now? Bernadette. It was Bernadette. And the moment she walked through the door, I said to her, I need to speak to you in an Irish accent. No, I'm not saying my Irish accent is good, but seriously, I want to say hello there, Bernadette. And she started to laugh and she said, oh my God, you sound just like my mother. Ironically, because that's who came along to chat to her. And that's fantastic. And that's part of being clairsentient, that I feel spirit and therefore I take on their accents, obviously, sometimes, and personalities and mannerisms. And I love it, to be fair, because when you see the person sitting in front of you and you can see that they're enjoying it or they're excited by it, it just makes my job worthwhile. And I'll try and stop touching the table because I've noticed I'm wobbling the computer and I don't like it. Anyway, so now I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to carry on telling you this. I'll do the dates at the end because you know I'm rubbish at these dates. So I've had beautiful readings in this week. Even though I haven't felt very well, I've still done them because sometimes you just got to put yourself to one side as long as you're well enough to do the readings, because people are waiting a fairly long time to have these readings, and I hate to disappoint. But I had one really lovely lady, and all my ladies are lovely, but you know what I'm saying. This particular lady, look, she was a younger lady, and she'd come to me because her husband had passed over. Now, I've touched on this with you before, when spirit send love to the person sitting in front of me, because I'm clairsentient. I can't just keep saying this often enough. I feel spirit. I feel it and I interpret it into words. So when I'm asking spirit how they passed, I feel it. If they had a heart attack, I feel it. So whatever it is, and that goes the same when they are sending love to the person opposite me. If I could bottle this, I would be a trillion, billion, gillion, if there's a thing as a gillion, air. Because it is amazing and it completely overwhelms me to the point that once I start to feel that love come through, before I even have chance to say to the person sitting in front of me what is about to happen, I well up. And according to how, how fast, how deep, how hard that love is sent to me, that rush, I burst into tears, and I can only describe it. Have you ever had, and I've said this before in my videos, but save you trawling through them all, when you've had like the best gift in the world, or you've been waiting for something, or you get something that you didn't expect in the way of a gift or what have you, and you open it and you are just so overwhelmed by what you see. Tears of joy is what it is. Whoosh, it comes up and you burst to tears. And that is what I experience. And it's beautiful. And if this lady's watching, she'll know that I'm referring to her. Because her husband, man, good-looking guy, and she's a really good-looking girl, and a beautiful couple. And that's what is so annoying, isn't it? You know, you say life is so unfair, and the make the most of every day, live your life like tomorrow isn't coming. I really do believe in that. I also believe, you know, ask for help from up there. It works, and a lot of you that are young won't check for what I'm saying, and I think this comes when we're older, that we realise there is more. Clearly, there is more. But you know, this guy sent this emotion, and what he does, or what he did, is he used to stand next to his wife and he'd hook his arm round her shoulder and her neck and pull her in, mwah, and kiss her. And he did that, and it flooded me, completely overwhelmed me. And I'm trying to tell this woman sitting in front of me what's going on, and I'm crying, she's crying, we're crying, then we're laughing because now we know why we're crying. Just beautiful, seriously. I don't know why I bother wearing makeup when I do these readings, because by the time I've finished it's down here. But just fabulous. And those that are waiting to come to me, those that have got appointments with me, I you know, 9 times out of 10 this happens when spirit come and send love to you, and I can't wait for you to experience it. Hello, I've got a little dog, my little dog. Seriously, my little dogs are going a bit stir crazy because I haven't been able to walk them because I haven't been well. And so instead of them being asleep now at 23 o'clock, 7:23, 23:07, they want to play, they want to go outside, and I can't cope, I can't do it. I'll sort them out by Sunday. I'm quite sure I'll be well enough to go striding. Now, the other thing is parties. Okay, we love a psychic party. So 5 people, please, or more at your home, and they are really good fun. You get exactly the same reading, and I have to reiterate this all the time to people. They come on my site, and there's these videos on there telling you everything, and I also write what I do, but I still get asked the same questions. I don't mind. I'm used to it now. So this is the way I work. I'm a psychic clairsentient. So clairvoyant is to see, clairaudient is to hear, clairsentient is to feel spirit. That is how I work with spirit. Now, as far as my psychic ability goes, I love my psychic ability. And the way I work to prove to you that psychic ability really does exist is that when you book your appointment with me, I, at some point before you come to see me, sit down and write in my book. And I've got my book. Look, my book. And that is full of psychic readings. And what I do is I sit down and I make a psychic connection with you energetically through the air, spookily, till I find you. And then I take some information out of your head. Now, it's not delving for bank account numbers or anything so ridiculous. It is how you are as a person, what you're like, how your life has been, high points, low points, whatever jumps out at me, I write about. And I thoroughly enjoy doing it this way. I could wait till you get to me and I could do my psychic reading then, yada, 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 while you sit here. But isn't it more exciting to have your psychic reading done before you get here, so that when you do get here, and I start reading it out, people say to me, how do you know that? How do you know that about me? Well, I'm psychic, so that's how I know. It is funny. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't use my psychic ability all day, every day. Good Lord, my head would explode. And people walking past me in the street, I'm disinterested. Occasionally in the supermarket, I do get the, oh, I should stop them and say something because spirit is here. But I haven't been brave enough to do that yet, because you don't know how somebody's going to react, do you? They might be horrified, especially if they don't believe in it. They might, might cause a scene, and I'm not into that. Mind you, I might cause a scene with my hairdresser. I've looked at my hair, look, I've had it all lopped off. Absolutely love it, chop, 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 chop. And my hairdresser is going to have 7 kinds of fits if she looks at this video. She's already said it to me once before when I did a video and my hair was a bit, what have you done to your hair? But anyway, it's all right, isn't it? Who cares? It's 11 minutes past, it's 11 past 11. I love that. When you see 11:11 or 7:7, 6:6, all these things mean something, when you see numbers like that. It's all relevant to you, but I'm not going to go into that now because that's way too deep for this time of night. Now, let me try giving you the dates that I get so wrong all the time. So for this month, there's nothing. Okay, July is done. Yes, July is done. So what I can say to you is that Thursday, the 3rd of August, I can squeeze 2 people in. Thursday, the 3rd of August. And that will be in the afternoon or the evening. And then Friday, the 4th of August, I have room for 2 people, afternoon or evenings. And then that, my darlings, is it until Tuesday, the 8th of August. Now, I would like to say that I am doing video link readings, and I'm doing Skype, same difference, readings. And same applies with photographs of your past loved ones. Because, we all have certain abilities. Now, when I do a straight reading, as I call it, and somebody comes here and they just sit in front of me, yes, of course we make a spirit link, and that is potluck, whoever comes. We say we can't conjure up, all right, but in actual fact, my ability with photographic reading, when clients bring photographs for me, is fantastic. And I can almost latch on. It's like picking the phone up and hi, you, and and immediately I can link with that person, and that brings. I mean, who? Why are my dogs barking? It's 13 minutes past 11 at night when they should be asleep. Who'd have them? I would. So photographic readings. It is just a fantastic big switch on for me. Immediate connections, takes me like 30 seconds. So do think about that. Now, I know I've got the testers, still love the testers. They book an appointment with me, bring me nothing. And, you're the psychic, you're the clairvoyant, you do the work. Of course I'm going to do the work. What I want to do is give you a fabulous reading. Now, if you want a fabulous reading because you're paying for it, and you particularly want to hear from Grandma Doodah that you haven't seen for I don't know how long, that you were so close with, wouldn't it stand to reason that you'd bring me a photograph so that you can have that direct connection with her and have a fabulous reading and hear from the person you want to hear from? If, however, you just want to see who turns up, that's fine by me. But to sort of rock up and come to test me, marvellous. I love the fact that you're paying to test me. I love it. Because as far as I'm aware, all bar one person, one lady, I've never had a problem. Simple as that. I do get people that go no, 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 and then about 10 minutes later they go, yeah, yes, 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 that's right. Classic this week. I said to this lady, I got your grandma here. We're talking about grandma. I said, she's got your dog and cat from when you were a child. You had a dog and a cat. She went, no, 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 I didn't. No, I did have a dog and cat though. You gotta love it, haven't you? So listen, people, 20 minutes chattering. I wonder who's watched it all. Want to put your name on in comments? I watched it all. It'd be very nice. And what I would like you to do is come to my page and like my video. That's going to take a whole 4 seconds of your time. I would like you to share my page with your friends. That's going to take another 4 seconds of your time. So you'd have given me 22 minutes by then. But most of all, I want you to enjoy my video. I try not to take myself too seriously, you know. Death, spirit, it's very serious business. Those are my dogs, you could hear. I can't believe it. They're going to start barking really loud at me because they're playing. Death and spirit is a really serious business, and I work for spirit, and I love spirit. I love all the spirits that come here for me to pass messages. And I would love it if you would share my page, and maybe why don't you come along, come and have a reading, or have a party. You know, it's all for fun. Nothing really scary about it if you don't know about it. I will say though, I am not a fortune teller. Okay. Now I do realise you can go to some psychics and they will tell you all about what's going to happen. And I love them. Don't be wrong. I love them. I've been to see them. I am not that person. I am the person that tells you on a psychic level about you. I'll touch on a little bit of your future, mainly what you're in now, because you've got to understand most people that come to see me, they're here for a reason, not just a spirit. They've all got a question. What's going to happen when I yada yada yada? You know, what's going to happen with this situation? I had a chap email me. He was lovely, and he really wants to be with this girl, and he nearly got with her some time ago. But then, oh my God, broke his heart. She went and got married, somebody else. No, no, no. Anyway, she's back. And she's not married now. And his little heart's banging like a drum, 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 drum. And bless him, he emailed me and asked me, you know, am I ever going to be with this lady? Like, what are the chances? And I said to him, listen, I'm not a fortune teller, but... And for some unaccountable reason, I just went off typing away, and I gave him all this information, and he wrote back to me and went, blimey, I didn't expect that. You've blown my mind. Let me pay you. I mean, how lovely. I didn't want any money off him. You know, sometimes I do things out of the goodness of my heart. We have to do that. You've got to give to receive. And I really love doing that. And the time was right. He wrote to me at the right time. I got the right information for him. Everybody must have been around me passing all the information. So, you know, that's lovely. But please understand, I am not a fortune teller. I can answer questions for you, but I'm not a fortune teller. So now, people, my dogs are dancing around, boxing like kangaroos to the left of me. And they're going to start getting very noisy, even though they're very tiny. So let me just go over that again. Here we go. Tuesday, the 8th of August, people, is when I'm taking appointments. Please get in touch with me. You can email me. You can message me underneath this video. And you can message me on Facebook. You'll see me. So it's been an absolute joy talking to you all. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed this very mixed up video, but it's a bit casual, isn't it? I like being a bit casual with you all. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's made me feel a whole lot better. And I'm just going to say good night to you. And before I go, let's remember, always be nice to each other. It costs nothing to be kind. Thank you very much for listening, and good night to you all.